Okay, we got it. Yeah. So looks like Facebook is working again. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I think we'll read a little bit here in a minute. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay. Let's see here. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Read from some a little more basic. From Caitanya Charitamrita. Madhya Lila. No, Srimad Bhagavatam. Chapter 5, Narada's instructions on Srimad Bhagavatam. Sutta Goswami said, thus the sage amongst the demigods, amongst the gods. Narada, thus the sage amongst the gods, Narada, comfortably seated and apparently smiling, addressed a rishi among the Brahmins, Vedavyas. Addressing Vedavyas, the son of Parashara, Narada inquired, are you satisfied by identifying the body or the mind as objects of self-realization? I like this. Are you satisfied? Lots of sound, yeah. Too much sound, probably. Yeah. Are you satisfied with your talks and your teachings? I think that's probably why Sadhguru left. He just kind of got probably bored with that mission, needed a new mission because, just it said identifying the body and the mind or the emotions as objectives of self-realization. Like if you get your emotions fixed materially, your material emotions, you get them perfectly straightened out, then you're going to be good. You're good to go. That's realization. Right? Yeah, or your body, you get healthy, you work out in gyms and have the right diets and all that stuff. This is the objective of life. You notice a lot of the people, they think this is all enlightenment. Yeah. So Vedavyas was, for the religionists, was teaching, oh yeah, get all your varna and ashram down, your material duties, and your follow the ashram process, the varna and ashram. You know, be start out be a brahmachari, and then learn this and learn that and study the Vedas. And this is the objective of life, to perfect varnashram dharma. See, Narada even said about that. And so it was kind of a joke. He says, what, you're not satisfied? See, and that's what the bottom line in life is. People need to ask themselves, are you satisfied doing what you're doing? Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied teaching this or learning this? See, because if you get to a point where you get kind of bored with it, then you start to look for something else. Now, fortunate is if you can understand what we say here, because we're using the Bhagavatam's teaching, pointing in a certain direction. That direction that was Veda Vyas was pointing, we're pointing the world in that same direction now. See? Everything practically being taught in this world, we're trying to be understood in this world, is about the material body, the material emotions, like in psychology and therapies and all that stuff. It's considered material. It's not really spiritual. It's spirit. It's a spirit, but it's not. It's not the supreme spirit. Okay? It's not who we are. We're not. We're not these material emotions. We're just identifying with them. There's something different than who we really are. Okay? So anyway, Vedavyas was ultimately dissatisfied teaching Varnashram Dharma. And so people of the world in religion, when they become dissatisfied, like, oh, I thought this was going to be more than it actually is. I thought my heart is still not happy. And a lot of times people don't know why their heart is happy. Vedavyas didn't. Why is my heart not happy? I did all this welfare work for the world. I saved the soil. I mean, even Sadhguru will come to a point where he'll say, how come my heart is still not happy? I gave up being my guruship. I don't know if he did or not, but, and now I'm saving the soil. I'm trying to do good deeds, and my heart's still not happy. Then he'll be ready for what we're doing. So everybody is in a certain process, negating, to try to find out who we really are, or what will really satisfy us, and like, who am I? Who is this us? Nobody knows. It's a great secret. It's a great mystery. Who am I? So this is really the essence, man. This question is a question not even Socrates could ask or answer. That's how amazing these books are. That's how amazing this knowledge is. It points to the ultimate question and the ultimate answer, the ultimate satisfaction that you'll never leave. It's like, Ananta Sesh, he's sitting there speaking about the glories of the Supreme Personality Godhead, the Absolute Truth. Never tires. It's always interesting. Always, it's enlivening to the mind and the heart and the soul. I mean, I feel like so privileged to be a part of that. I mean, look at 365 days a year we get together. I just finished a 2 or 3 hour thing. And I couldn't wait. I just wanted, okay, let me get this body some exercise, move it down the road a little bit and everything, so I can get back, and speak more of the glories of the Lord, and be satisfied. It's almost like being a glutton. That's why the Charyas use these names like lust, gluttony, in glorification of this path. this spontaneous devotional service. You become like a glutton. You never. It's like you're satisfied but not satisfied. You want more, which is beautiful. Who understands anything? You found a object that both satisfies you and leaves you with a thirst for more. Of course, you have some, satisfaction and completion and like that, but then that thirst comes back. See, that's Bhakti Lata Bij. That's what. That's how to become Krishna conscious. See? That's real Krishna consciousness. That thirst for Krishna. Yeah. That's how we roll here, man. That's the teaching. See? That's why, see, when I read Srimad Bhagavatam, I look for that essence. You can go 40 years listening to these teachers and gurus, and they never point out this. Oh, dear Veda Vyas, why aren't you satisfied? Teaching about the body and the mind and the emotions it includes as objects of self-realization. It'll never satisfy completely anybody. You got to get what we got here. See, because the object of self-realization here is what? Oh, the body and the mind and the emotions. Oh, what a paradox. I just contradicted myself. And I'll say what Krishna says, oh, Arjuna, that's my forte. That's what I do, contradict myself, man. And very beautifully. Very profoundly. Instructive-wise. See? So, in other words, the body and the mind and the emotions people are going after externally in the world are the shadow of the truth. We should be going after Krishna's body. See? His body, his mind, his emotions. Oh, see, his body is the word, man. Is the conception. See, the perfect concept of the absolute truth. Ah, that is the body of the Lord. See, but you can't relish it. It's kind of like bread. It needs butter. It needs to be buttered up, man. And that you need a woman to do that. You need a woman to flatter the Lord. See, what is that woman? That's that devotion. Oh, the emotions. Oh, there we go. Another part of the body of the Lord, the emotions. But not just material, spiritual. That's why you see the devotees here. Many of them have spiritual emotions. My God, what an amazing feat. What an amazing miracle. You people think raising the dead is a miracle. This is a real miracle because you raise the living dead into life everlasting. What is happening here every day is something only happened once in a while. But you don't hear much about the Holy Spirit, the devotional spirit. Back at the time, you hear the Pentecost, and then you don't hear much, about its active dealings. When you come here, you see the active dealings of the Holy Spirit, which is this. It's the devotional body of God. It's his motivation, it's his power, it's his use. It is bhakti, devotion. So we use, the body, the mind, and the emotions as objects of self-realizations in this way. In the proper way. See? Otherwise, people are turning your attention outside, even into Varnashram Dharma. So the devotees in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Smith, they got to understand this point, how we are directing their attention to what Narada Muni directed their Vedavyas's attention to, to understand what the real object of self-realization is. I don't care how many people are doing Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. What are they directing your attention to? Okay? And your attention will never be really fixed there until the emotional potency, the devotion, that pure dormant love of God inherent in everybody, dormant, is awakened. Oh, and then you can just put your attention on these pastimes. Look at you guys. Many of you have come here every day, if you can. You come for 5 years. See? Who's putting your attention there? You're feeling. When you feel something that is helping you, see, you feel good. You feel connected. You feel satisfied. See? Then it's easy to put your attention. Yeah? You can put your attention on the body of the Lord. When you have the proper conception of the absolute truth. But you know that to have that, you have to get purified, don't you? You notice? Because people, they've been studying Prabhupada's books for 40 years, 50 years, or studying Narayana Maharaj's books. Okay? But they can't put their attention on Krishna like we do. Yeah. They do for a while, they give a little class or everything that says, okay, now it's time to do all these rules and regulations. See, they don't have the realization that, oh, this is all I have to do, man. Let me just chant Hare Krishna in ecstasy. Oh, let me just talk about the perfect conception of the absolute truth. A well-formed word of the Lord. See, because we're looking at that beautiful form of Radharani. Yeah, that's the secret. See, the beautiful form with all those beautiful ornaments we were talking about, she has. Yeah, this can have a whole class on this. Okay, let's see what else we have. See, your inquiries were full, and your studies were also well fulfilled, and there is no doubt that you have prepared a great and wonderful work, the Mahabharata, which is full of all kinds of Vedic sequences, elaborately explained. Your inquiries were full, and your studies were also well fulfilled. You have delineated the subject matter of impersonal Brahman, as well as knowledge derived therefrom. Why should you be despondent? Why should you be despondent? Oops. In spite of all this, thinking that you are undone, my Prabhu. See, that's the whole world, thinking. Then they start to think like, why is my despondency not dispelled? It's like King Solomon. He's like, a lot of people, they worship knowledge here. They think knowledge is so great. See, and so we have the story of King Solomon in the Bible, who was the wisest man in the whole world. The Queen of Sheba came to hear from him. I think it was a Queen of Sheba, some princess from India. He was so wise, and she thought, wow, she felt sort of satisfied, I guess. Oh, wow, this is great wisdom. I came this long journey to hear from you, and I'm satisfied. But in the end, even King Solomon was not satisfied with just knowledge. See? So Veda Vyas was not satisfied with even knowledge of liberation. It's not fully satisfying. You can even see on the faces. You can see on the faces of people that are following the path of Brahman, to realize oneness with God and all this stuff. You look at their faces, and unless you see an actual devotee's face who's deeply in to relishing the mellows of this intimacy with that absolute truth that hardly anyone knows. And there's a difference. There's a deeper happiness, a deeper smile, a deeper bliss, and a deeper knowledge, even too. So life is like that. It's ultimately, if you want to take the long path, you can just go on and on and on and try this and try that and go after this, believe in this and believe in that for a while, and then move on to something else, and then you keep negating everything in the universe, looking for satisfaction. You think, oh, it's in this, and then you find I'm still despondent. Why? See? So that's when, if you're really lucky, and we're really lucky to do this work because very few people can ask these questions, can give these answers, can clarify what is life really about ultimately. Well, it's all in these books. It's all in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lord Chaitanya came here to relish uh, transcendental mellows of these intimate exchanges with his devotees. It's pretty simple. Okay? But to understand that, if you have to meet somebody who understands that, and then they have to tell you that that's what it's about. They have to show you that's what it's about. You have to see them relishing transcendental mellows. Intimate relationship with the Lord. In other words, how does it practically? Chanting Krishna's name in ecstasy. Okay? Chanting his pastimes and relishing the ecstasy and the intimacy and the revelations of that. Okay? Now you're looking at reality. You're looking at the ultimate reality, the one that hardly anyone ever sees, especially in the Kali Yuga. I'm getting a little bit tired. I think I need to take a nap. I also have to bring my clothes. I have to do some practical stuff. Bring my clothes to the laundry. Sheets. Yeah. So maybe I'll do that. Anyway, this was really nice. And I'll come back a little bit later. We'll do some more of this. Hare Krishna, my friends. I'll see you in a little bit.